My name is Warren Richards, a member of the Full Gospel Revival Centre.
My name is Pastor Samuel Thomas.
My name is Julia Paul. I work for Fgrc Project 97, which is based in Mendos, within Nottingham.
Project manager for the Fgrc Project 97 project, which is taking place at 97 Battle Street in the Meadows.
I am the founder of the Full Gospel Revival Centre. It's a community church based in the Meadows.
Community worker. I'm a faith leader, but at the same time, my role is to make sure that practical Christianity is being reached down our communities, because at Fgrc Project 97, we believe that the Bible is not only just telling people what Jesus Christ said, but as well as practicability, bringing the practicability down the line for them to be able to see the things that Christ did, so that them too can be able to do it.
Well, the impact of the project, it's been going really well, because what I have discovered, that the people who is working with me to help me promote the project, they also have the same passion, and they also have the same motivation, so it makes it very easy to get the project going.
We welcome this project because this is really a mandate from God. We look at inter-ethnic, and also apart from groups, we look at different religion as well. So it's about looking out for people, not only for BME members, but everybody within the community, the emerging community as well, because we've got people from all walks of life coming in. So we look out for them, regardless of their ethnicity, male, female, whatever.
The idea is, in my life, I've had that passion of wanting people not only to hear about the gospel and Jesus Christ, but to see the fruits of what the Bible talks about. So my role was to bring that practical Christianity to our mainstream and to our communities, and more so to be able to bring that community cohesion, because I feel it's the high time that people live together as one, instead of living in different faith groups and all this kind of stuff.
Well, this was a mandate from God to our host pastor, and this is what he wants for the community. So therefore, I was inspired by that to take part in this project. Now, we know we've got the pandemic due to this virus. We got people struggling, and in our church we've got a lot of senior members who would benefit from this, as well as we operate in a deprived area. That's this sort of project. We welcome this in this area.
The drive and the idea of the project is, as I said previously, we believe that unless we are really fulfilling and carrying out the mission of Christ, we are not really fully completing and fulfilling our mission. And what drives me is when I look in the community and I can see so many people. They need help, they need guidance, they need someone who has the compassion and love to help them. And that is what drives us, because what we noticed, that it was not effectively done by any other. So we decided to take that on. Well, provided we can get the encouragement and the funding that we need, we can see ourselves continuing to do what we feel and what we know we are called to do. funding of course and financial help. Nothing can be done without finances. So one, we need the finances. We believe that the Meadows is an area that was very much under assisted by the council and with the community. We believe that they need a lot more help than what they've been getting. And so that is our passion, that's our drive. Going out there in the community, looking at their needs and everything.
Well, as a church, this is what we're all about, and it's a community church, it's a family church, so we're looking out for everybody. You know, the Bible says God's a refuge and strength of our present help in trouble. And as we are in the private here, within this pandemic, you know, we are here to listen, to support, to streamline, and make sure that people are supported throughout. It could be bereavement, it could be women that have been abused, they could be struggling financially, you know, they could have mental health issue, and that's what we're all about.
Where I see ourselves in the next 5 years is I have a lot of faith and hope and believe that if we continue to receive grants to do whatever we are doing in the next 5 years, I believe the message that we want to bring to our communities and the message of bringing that cohesion within our communities, I believe we will have achieved it, and that is the passion that me and the rest of the team that we have to make sure that it is done within our communities. The grant has done marvelous things for us, to be honest, because I believe without the grant, whatever, because we were able to do mental health first aid courses online, we've been able to do women with domestic abuse, we've been able to do awareness within our communities. I believe without the grants, we could not be able to achieve that, because right now, when the first lockdown came, is the first time that the church was already locked, and being a charity organization, we literally we used to deal with tithes and offerings, but now when the church has been closed, it's impossible for me as a faith leader to go down and tell people, bring in your tithes, bring in your offerings. So because of that now, where the church used to have the source of income, it was shut down. But now, with the grant now, the church is able to continue doing what it is supposed to be done as a result of grants, and I'm so grateful for National Lottery for giving us that fund, and I am so grateful for that.
Well, the grant acts as a cutting edge for this project, because without the financial support, we'll never be able to get off the ground. You know, when you look at the church tithes and offering or donation is specific to look after the church, but with this grant, we're able to provide courses on mental health. We're able to provide counseling session, including bereavement session. We've got food distribution services going on as well, you know, and we're here to listen to what the problems are within the community and to see how best we can support them. So this project or this funding actually set the scene for the future. If we have not received the grant, really, we would not achieve what we've achieved today. We would never achieve what we've achieved today, because we would never be able to financially support the people, the project, looking after the building, doing these Zoom meetings, providing food. We'll never be able to do that. So we do welcome the funding.
Well, I think if we were not given that grant, what was really to be left there, because as a faith leader, you have an obligation to the community. I think the only thing we could be able to do is to overwork ourselves by just giving them the counseling which was expected, But in real sense, the practical bit, we could not be able to do it. So without that, I don't think there is anything much we could have done as a church without any source of income.
Looking at it from, I would say, a SWOT analysis, look at the strength, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and also the threat, really. Getting the finance, that was really a good part of it. The weaknesses was getting everything out on time within the time scale, because with funding, you've got criteria to adhere to, as well as the time scale. So with that, even when we achieved what we set out to achieve, at times it looked as if it was a big job, a mammoth task, but with God we managed to achieve what we set out to achieve. The threat would be where other organizations deliver the same sort of project like we are, but being a church, we have been set aside, you know what I mean, and then we've got guidelines to adhere to compared to an area that has not been any religious background.
Well, there are a lot of challenges that we received, but with the calling and the passion in us, we were able to overcome some. But the first challenge that I received was I was completely new to technology, because it's like everything that I have to do now, I have to go online. In the past, we used to bring in people in the hall where they could come and we train them, we cancel them. But now it came that we have to use things like Zoom meetings, we have to Google Meet, and it was completely something very, 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 very new to me. But I thank God right now I'm able, as a faith leader, I'm able to appreciate technology, because it reached a point that my son, whom I'm always been telling not to go to Facebook, not to go to this, I had to tell him now to help me to be able to know about social media and this kind of stuff. So technology bit was a very great challenge for us. But with thank God, we have young people who came on board and they helped us and we moved on. The other challenge was being, we are used into that togetherness, and we are used into that togetherness, but it reached a point when we felt completely separated. Until for me personally, I had to seek counseling, somebody to minister to me to be able, so that I can be sober again, because it was a total different life, but we were able. And the other challenge is when it comes to rendering our services, like food services and all that, it looked very awkward for me to just go to somebody's house, give them food when I'm standing at a distance. It was a great challenge, because I used to go there, hug them like normal, tell them how have you been, we missed you, but the rules are rules there, and for us to be able to overcome COVID-19, we really had to adhere to the rules. It was basically about the elderly and all that. We realized a lot of our elderly have been really affected by COVID-19. So in the near future, we are intending, after the lockdown and after things maybe probably goes back to normal, we would like to do about dementia. We want to be able to help especially the children of the families which have elderly with dementia. I would like to, because I realize these are some of the people that we know within our community, because a lot of groups, they are just dealing with the elderly who have dementia, forgetting that there are people who are staying with these people who are experiencing dementia. So I really want to be able to help us as a church and as a project, to be able to reach out to those people, to help them, to be able to understand how to live with this dementia mother or this dementia grandpa within the same family. Because as much as most of the times we may complain that they are being left out, the families leave the elderly out not because they want to leave them out, it's because they don't know how to handle them. So in the near future, this is what we intend to do as a church, to be there, and I believe with the help of everyone out there and with the help of God, we can be able to overcome that.
We always have projects and plan, because apart from business continuity, we have to look out for the community. The pandemic is still with us. We don't know what's going to happen in the next month, 6 months, next year. We don't know. So for us, really, it's about the community. Whatever the community wants, as I mentioned, we've got the emerging staff group coming in. On top of that, you know, unemployment as well, what can we provide for them? You know, we notice that relationship with that concern, there's an increase in violence, you know, so we can see where the counseling that we provide will be really, that will be of interest to a lot. Domestic abuse, that's on the increase as well. So the future is about looking after the older population as well as women or those who are in need of the services that we will be providing.